Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I was in Taiwan at the beginning of the year this year, a month ago now. I did some soul searching and I discovered a lot of missed opportunities. There were when I needed both hands and both feet to count the number of times I might have been able to make a move on a girl. I can't guarantee all of those times would have led anywhere, but I can guarantee that they would have led to not having to regret it 2 years down the road, right? And probably a few of them probably would have gone somewhere. And there were missed opportunities to speak up for myself at my job. There were missed opportunities to make other connections and all the rest. And so at the beginning of the year, I made it a resolution to never turn down anything. And so my first time practicing it, I was still in Taiwan actually. I had opened up an old Bumble account that I hadn't used in years. And I didn't realize Bumble now, before back then it didn't do that. Nowadays they track your location. And so I was swiping on girls over there in Taiwan. And in Taiwan, people actually age very well. I can't use my real age on Bumble here in the United States because most people who have had 37 years of junk food habits, they look like they could die any day. But in Taiwan, some of the girls I was swiping on, they were like, "Gee, are they even legal? Did they lie about their age or something like that?" So I ended up swiping right on practically everybody there. And before I knew it, I was eating sushi with this girl in Nanga. My mom was so upset though. She was concerned about my safety. As if just going to a restaurant to meet somebody would be that scary, right? Riding a public transport to a restaurant and meeting somebody there, as if my mom is just crazy sometimes. But that wasn't so bad. But the problem is, I got back to the United States. I quickly realized that there's no such thing as saying yes to everything in the world because they come at opportunity costs, right? In order to go see a girl on a Saturday, I got to give up other things like the art projects, like writing the computer games. The art projects have also brought me a lot of good opportunities too, right? In terms of connecting with others. After all, I have made a number of connections at art shows and such, and I'm just really disappointed. When I first moved out of my parents' home, I was promised all this great stuff, and it's like, no, I don't really have anything. All I have are trade-offs. I got to give up stuff in order to do other things, right? So, for example, part of the reason that I teach at two different colleges and juggle my art projects is that I don't want any one of those careers to have the say in everything, right? So, for example, 4 years ago when I was teaching at Washington Technology University. That was my only source of income. And every little blip there weighed heavily on me, right? When my boss said something off, it weighed heavily on me. Even when the boss was having a bad day in his own right, having nothing to do with work, he comes in to complain that his kids are involved in something that he doesn't approve, or that his favorite sports team had lost. Even that can weigh heavily on you if that's your only source of income. I didn't want to deal with that, so I diversified a little bit, but it spreads myself out very thin, and it just makes me realize all the things I thought I was promised when I turned 18 years old has kind of not been delivered, at least not in full, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.